You get one chance and one chance only.
I've spent my adult life trying to look at winners and trying to say, what do those guys or gals do? What do they do that I could just take some of that and apply to my dadgum life and make me a stud? I want to be a stud. I found out. I found something else. I learned something last week. And let me tell you what I learned. I learned the winners now do 4 things. Now come over here to my board here. These are 4 keys to winning. You cut open any winner out there. I flat tell you, these people do these 4 things. Number 1, they dream big. I'm going to talk to you about, it's going to sort of be my see, some of you, the reason many of you are losing right now today is you don't dream big. And life turns out for you the way you see it turn out. If you see small dreams, if you see small success, if you see problems, disappointment, failure, heartache in your dadgum life, that's exactly what you're going to have. You got to dream big. Say they ain't more talented. They go through the same crap the losers go through, same heartaches, frustration, false starts, your whole dadgum life. I'm going to use Bob Buson as a dadgum example today of a guy that made it big. And you ain't got to have no special kind of ability. Bob Buson was a dadgum basketball coach. Now, can you think of a more worthless training than being, I mean, really, I mean, can you, in dadgum life knocks you down every time you turn around, right? Isn't that right? It's your ability when you get knocked down to pick yourself up and go for it one more time, right? That's one reason I love the train I got coaching football, right? You got these dadgum folks in the wrong color jerseys knocking you down. You got to get up and knock the butt off, right? Well, Buson, all these basketball players and coaches out there, they out there competing, and the referee comes up and says, foul! You touched him. I saw you touch him. Well, you can't learn nothing in some kind of environment, right? But let me tell you, I'm going to tell you about Buson in just a minute. This guy's become mega wealthy now, And so, look, I'm telling you, the guys and gals that they dream big. Sit there listening to the minister yesterday, and he said 2 things now that I've never heard anybody say quite like this, and I've never thought about it like this. He says, number 1, he says, if you're not a dreamer, you're dead. And he talked about this guy was a dreamer, and he was 85 years old, and he was still living his dadgum dream. And he said he wanted people to give him a chance to go to war at 85. He wanted to go out there and do something big at 19 because he had a dream. He had never accomplished his dadgum dream. Always dreaming. He said, if you don't have a dream, you're dead as a dead duck. Okay? So you got to have a dream. And this is what he said that I've never heard this before. He said, if you're lucky enough to have a dream, you got a responsibility. He said, if you're lucky enough to have a dream, you got a responsibility to go out there and bust your dadgum bud and make it a dadgum reality.
Now, folks, you understand this vicious cycle I'm talking about, these 80-90% of the adults out there that are negative and frustrated and worried and unhappy? You know who those people are? That's the moms and the dads. That's the coaches and the teachers. That's the uncles and the aunts. That's the business leaders out there. And you know what's sad about that? Because these adult leaders, these moms and dads and all these other adult leaders in a community, do you know young people that look to them as their role model? You know what these young people see? They see themselves in the future. They see a tough, bitter, hard life. And so this vicious cycle are these frustrated parents and frustrated teachers producing frustrated kids that become parents and teachers and role models. Does that make sense? See, most adults enter the adult world today, folks, and they don't really believe they're worth very much. Let me give you an example. If I took every one of you today over in a private office and I took my lawyer, Kevin King, and I said, Kevin, I want you to draw up an ironclad contract that I can't break. Give these people a $100,000 minimum guaranteed job for the rest of their life, and all they have to do is show up and work. Almost everybody in this room would sign that contract. But if I told Kevin, I said, now Kevin, you draw up a contract ironclad where I can't break it, minimum $100,000 a year, every year for the rest of their life, but they've got to give up the security of their full-time job. Now they got to come here and they got to do this, this, and this and earn that. Almost nobody would sign it. You know why that is? Because most people don't really, when they look in the mirror now, when they're by themselves, they don't really think they're worth big money. They don't really believe in their heart they're worth big responsibility.
We said we're going to be a national company. Do you understand, folks? We were licensed in 15 states. We were operating in 3. But we said we're going to be a national company. More than that, we're going to be an international company. Folks, does that tell you anything? Does that tell you the kind of and look at what we built. Look at the millionaires we produced, #1 in the industry, all the wealth some of our families are giving. And we did that, I believe, because of the dream. We had a big dream, no reasons to think that you could make it. There was no way you could sit down and draw out a game plan that would make it happen, okay? You don't win in business that way. You win with a will to win. You win with a big dream. The dream fuels desire. That boundless kind of desire to be somebody and win. That's what this business is always about.